After you've completed your 4 designs for the expressive type phase 1, here's how to prepare your document for the expressive type phase 2. We are now looking at InDesign where we left off, and I want you to go to the page panel and double click the A master page. Click on the 5x5 inch frame on the master page, go up to your control panel and make the height 7 inches. Hit return or enter on a PC, and then point to your frame, bring it down and balance it in the center, and now return to page 1. So all of your pages now will have a 5x7 inch frame to contain the design that you will now create for the expressive type phase 2. For the rest of this demo, I'll show you different techniques to use in InDesign to help you quickly evaluate ways to work with the type and how to get the most out of the project, which is to amplify the meaning of all the statements or quotations you've selected. First, since we're going to be using the same statement on this page, I'm going to bring this down here, and then we're going to click on the gradient box and delete that. Double click on the white type just so I can see what's going on, and then make it black. Now, in order to work with the first phase of this, I'm going to select it, Command A, and make it all black so I can see what's going on. Now, while the type is selected on the path, in order to show you different techniques, I want to take it off the path to, and we'll do it by doing Command X and cut it. Then go to the black arrow, the selection tool, and delete that path. Take the text tool and draw a box, and let's, for the sake of the demonstration, let's draw a large box. And when the cursor is blinking, go Command V or Control V if you're on a PC. So the first thing we want to take a look at is how to explore different typefaces, fonts, in order to decide what you're going to do for this phase of the design. Remember, here you are not restricted to a point size, nor are you restricted to just the 2 fonts that we had before. In phase 2, you can do whatever you like in order to achieve the best result. Now first, you're going to select the statement, and for now I'm not going to play any more with it. I'm just going to work with the fallen leaves being swept away by the wind first. I'm going to go up to the character formatting control button, and notice that I've selected the words, and now I'm going to open up the menu, and the Times New Roman is presently selected. Now, in order for you to take a look at the different fonts, rather than go down the list and point to them, go to your arrow key, the nudge keys on your keyboard, and as you hit the nudge keys, you'll notice that you'll be going down the list of your fonts, of the typefaces on your computer. So I'm just showing you now, I'm using the down arrow, and I'm going through all the different fonts. For a project like this, try to keep within what you have on your computer, rather than to take the extra time to go out on the internet and download any specific fonts. Just see what you like and what would work well with your concept. And I'm going to go down here, and I'll choose, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to do Chalk Duster. So I'm going to point to Chalk Duster, Now the fallen leaves being swept away by the wind. I'm going to go close up so you can see it better. This is now in Chalk Duster. And I'm going to put my cursor right here and delete. So we now have it a line left, and I've changed the font. Now I want to show you some different techniques which are very helpful in not only InDesign but in Illustrator and Photoshop as well. Select the font, the statement, and in order to make it bigger, hold Shift, Command, and hit the period. And each time you touch the period, it increases by 2-point increments. If you hold the period down, it gets bigger. As you can see, the fallen leaves being swept away by the wind got very big, and the size is reflected up here in the character formatting controls panel. Now I'm taking a look. Command 0 shows me what I've done so far. Now, you can even go bigger, but as you do this, you notice that the type is going to flow within the container. You may find that you will have to enlarge the container if you want to go even farther. Now, because I want to show you some other techniques, let's first double-click. I'm going to select this again. And how do I make it smaller? It's Shift, Command, comma. So I'm back down, making it smaller, and every time I hit it, I'm looking up at my character formatting controls, and I see that it's going down by 2-point increments. Now I'm going to do Shift, Command, period again, and I'll make it up to, let's go to 40 points. Okay, now I'm going to go close up, and let's show you some other things in order to help. The spacing in of the lines is important as well. So let's double click, get the cursor. I'm going to select all the lines, and I'm going to hold the Option key down and hit the up arrow. And this will reduce the leading, the spaces between all the lines. And that's going to give another effect. Now right now you can notice that the ascender of the B in being is touching the line above it. Now I'm going to select the lower two lines, and I'm going to do Option down arrow. Let's go these 3 lines, do Option down arrow, and that's going to bring this apart more. Now I'm going to go here, and I'm bringing the wind even farther away. So this is a way to quickly adjust the spacing between the lines, the leading, and this is much faster than going by selecting and going up to here and trying to choose different point sizes. It's much quicker to do what we just did. So it's Shift, it's Option up arrow to decrease the space between the lines, and it's Option down arrow to increase the spacing between the lines. Now, another technique I want to show you with this project is for you to, I'm going to make this a little smaller. I'm going to double click. I'm going to select the word wind. I'm going to do Command X and cut it. Then I'm going to draw a box to contain that word. Command V, paste it. So now this way it gives me the flexibility of being able to change wind. I can make it bigger, I can make it smaller, I can rotate it, but right now it's in its own container. So I'm able to do those types of things. So let's take wind, I'm going to put it over here, and if I wanted to rotate it, I hover my mouse over a corner anchor point until I see that icon with the arrowheads, and I'm going to just tilt it a little bit to the right like that. All right, now, perhaps it's more dramatic to double click it. I'll select wind and do Shift Command comma and make it a little bit smaller so there's some contrast with the type on the top. Now, the light watching over the night. I'm just going to I'm playing with the type some more, and then we'll go into different color schemes that you can try. On the light watching over the night, let's take this. I'm going to select the light watching over the night. It's presently Helvetica New Light Italic. Now let's go up here and let's start with a font like this, and I'm going to select that's selected up here in the character formatting controls, and now using what we did before, I'm just going down this way and it's showing me the different style type. Now this one, the fallen leaves, is a calligraphic, is a script type font, and in order to contrast it, I'm going to choose something perhaps with a serif. So let's try not chalkboard. We'll keep going down and we'll try something with a serif. So let's go to Dido. Dido is a Roman modern typeface, and I just wanted to do something that's contrasting this up on the top. So now, to make the type bigger, the light watching over the night, I'm going to do Shift Command period. Well, first I neglected to, there's American typewriter. Let me keep it, this is American typewriter. I accidentally didn't hit Dido in the list of typefaces, so by the time I started moving along, it did the light watching over the night. But I happen to like that. So right now it's American typewriter, condensed light. Let me go condensed bold, like that. Not bad. Or else we can try bold. Once you've chosen a font, you can work with the weight of the font so that you can get the effect that you might want. So the light watching over the night, and I've already raised it to 16 points. So let's see if we can further amplify this and learn a few more techniques. First of all, let's make the background. I'm going to draw a box and draw a box over the entire frame, like that. And I don't want that. I want to click and make it dark blue. All right, now we'll take the dark blue and we'll take the stroke and make it none. With the black arrow selected, the selection tool, go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. So now we have a blue background, and we can see that we have the leaves falling swept away by the wind. All right, we can double click this, select the fallen leaves, and we'll make it into that color, which I don't know what that looks like. All right, that's a blue, and then the wind, we'll select that, and we'll make it into, let's do the same color, and now tint it down so it looks a little lighter. 65%, like that. And then the light watching over the night, I want to change its color. I double click, select that, and let's make that white. So this is just an example of how to play with the type, how to work with the type quickly using keystroke commands. And in the next lesson, we will do a little bit more with this and then go into the third phase.